Soundstripe.
Wow. All right, let's try that again. Happy Sunday. It's June 8th. I'm about to go out and get some content, and I know I have really like a lot of stuff planned today. I do have to do some stuff for work, which I know we need to chat about that because it's not the work that you're thinking about. I need to finish cleaning because I've been cleaning since Friday. Just getting some stuff organized just because it looked a mess over here, which I will go into detail about that later. But yeah, let's hurry up before it decides it wants to start raining again. I have a very short window and I'd rather go ahead and get stuff out the way early, and then I can have my days to edit and clean and work and spend time with my family because the little one starts daycare tomorrow. We are finally back in the daycare game. I'm excited for him because he is of preschool age and he'll be 5 next year, so then it'll be kindergarten. I'm gonna have to pay daycare prices, maybe, for him anyway. But we'll talk about that later. Let me get in the car so I can go to what. Let me go do what I need to do. All right, so I'm out here. I need to get this content really quick, which is not gonna take me that long because it's usually like I know my angles, I know what I'm looking for. So let me do that, and then I'm gonna head back home, and I'll show you what I did. Well, I'll show you what I did when I get back in the car. All right, hold on. All right, so until I can get another DSLR camera, I have to do a bit of finessing. And so I took a video, and what I'm gonna do is just like grab screenshots of whatever, you know, like. Then that's the one. Then this is like a different little. Oop, focus. This is a different one. Then I got. Whoop, but it is not playing, Jasmine. There we go. There's another one just so I can get a close up of the purse, and figured out trying to get one of me smiling. So yeah. I do not have, oh, look at it, it's shaking. I'm just putting you all up here for now. I don't have like a dashboard tripod thing for my camera to sit on. The one that I did have was not sticking to my dashboard, and I was like, okay, so what are we supposed to do here? And I'm going to take you down now because I am not driving with you up there, nor am I holding my camera while I drive. I know some people will vlog while they're driving. I just don't have the proper equipment to do that, and it also makes me a little nervous because, y'all, I got to pay attention. I'm in Georgia, and either you have the people who think they're on the Indy 500s, or, you know, they want to be Speedy Gonzalez. I can't even say it right because it's so aggravating. Or you have the people who want to go way under the speed limit, or you have the people who don't know how to use the yield. Like, we have several roundabouts, and I don't understand why we have them on my side of town, because I don't live in Atlanta. I live like on the outskirts, right? Why do we need roundabouts in the suburbs? These people don't know. I've seen people drive, like, you know, if you have a roundabout, they have like the median or the middle part, and then it's like the little curve. Like, if you, I'm not sure why you would want to walk in a circle around the roundabout, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like, it's the thing in the middle of the actual road. I've seen people drive on that, like literally going around a circle, somehow jump the curb, and they're just riding the thing in the middle. And I'm like, how do you? It's a circle, baby. How do you not stay on the road? But you know what? This may be the same people who did not color inside of the lines when they were in school. I don't know. I'm just kidding. I didn't color inside the lines either. But dang, I know how to drive and whatever. This is not a driving grant. Let me go home. I'm going home now. I'll see you when I get home. So guess who is opening her garment rack box and cut herself? I don't think you can see it yet. No, it's not focusing. But you probably don't want to see that anyway. I'm just waiting for the airs to get down in there. It hurts. I normally do not cut myself with the scissors, but hey, there's a first for everything. Anyway, I will show this to you once I get situated. Give me a second. Ta-da! It is the color. Well, no, it's not quite the color of my pink blanket in here, but I'm in my office. But I wanted it to be pink because I wanted some color. I've been trying to incorporate more color into my space just because it makes me happy, and it also makes me feel good. Which I could use a lot of that in this season. I need things that bring me joy, that bring me peace. And so I spent a whole bunch of time cleaning. I think starting Friday, I cleaned up my office. I still have some things to clean up, but yeah, we're about to put this cute pink racks together, and I need to go ahead and find a band-aid because now my thumb is starting to sting. All right, so I've got all my pieces and such, my instructions. I don't think it's gonna take me that long to do it because my gold rack that I had when I was living at my other apartment, the old apartment, that thing took me a very long time to build, and it had shelves. This doesn't have shelves, it's just the two, hold on. So it's gonna look like this when I get done with it, and the pieces aren't heavy. I mean, it's gonna be pretty sturdy since it's metal, but it is still gonna take me some time, so I hope I can do these. Oh, pray for me with these instructions, Jesus. Sometimes they get on my nerves with these little flimsy instructions. Let's see if we can do this. Okay, I clearly need to get my life together with this closet, but anyway, this rack is now completed. It was a little confusing at first, but once I finally sat down and looked at the pictures, because I'm a visual learner, it made sense. It was easy to build. It's not complicated at all. If you're not a visual learner, you know, those instructions that I showed you might be like irritating, but they made a lot of sense to me, and this is the finished product. So let me put some clothes on here. Alright, so this is what it's looking like. Got my go-to pants, a couple of shirts. I have those two outfits for sure that I would like to wear, and yeah, I feel a little bit more organized. I just closed the closet door because we don't need to see that negativity. But yes, I am excited with how it looks. I think it looks good. I probably will package this up into some content. Who knows? We'll see. You know what? Let me go ahead and do that. It's on my mind. I need to just do it. Oh, wait. How freaking cute are these? Ah, cow print. Cannot. I'm obsessed. Look at that. They hurt to walk in, but I did get an 8.5. I went up half a size. My feet are narrow, but Steve Madden shoes, if you know, you know. They tend to fit very tight. So yeah. At the grocery store, trying to find something. Do we need adobo? Do we have adobo? Goya. Adobo. Goya.
Adobo?
Yes.
Adobo? Yeah, probably.
Okay, I'll get it. We should get some rice. Yellow rice or just plain rice? I feel like you I don't know. Jasmine rice, white rice. I mean, there's rice on other aisles. Berry taco seasoning. That's cool. You want to get it, or you just want like a regular like taco soup? Say it's
No,
tomorrow.
you can put that
They
in.
have hot ones, hot sauce. Hot ones.
Oh, that's the. Where's the banana ketchup?
This little nigga is over here eating my cookies. I never like hot, flaming hot Cheetos. Sour cream and onion or sour cream and cheddar? Nah.
I don't know if you're trying to flame the hot Cheetos. It's already diced.
Why does it say Hispanic juice? What? I mean, like, okay. All right, so we are back from the grocery store. Picked up some stuff, and we actually dropped off little one to daycare. He started summer camp slash it's a pre-K readiness program. So it was his first day back after not being in daycare for like over a year. So he was a little reluctant to go in, but we walked in with him, we held his hand, and there were a couple of like older kids because the summer camp, like I said, and they were like looking at him and they were like, hi. And he was like, do you guys have dinosaurs? I want to see dinosaurs. And so the little girl that was in there, she like disappeared off into a corner. I was like, what's going on? And she brought back this bin full of animals. It had like farm animals, dinosaurs, you name it. And she just dumped it on. She was like, so he immediately forgot about us. And I don't think he even looked back when we left. So we're like, we've learned to, especially when you're dropping a kid off to daycare, that it's not good to prolong like your stay. So once he turned his head and seemed like he was excited about the animals, we like slipped out the door, got set up so we can check him in and out. And then we went to the grocery store, and now we're back home. And honestly, this is my last full week of being home. I'll be going back to the office next Monday. And probably, I think I'm gonna have this vlog uploaded the day that I'm going back to work, or the day that I'll be at work. So yeah, now I just need to finish putting up the groceries that we got, and I'm gonna go probably watch Sinners because it's on streaming, and I haven't had time to do that because he's been home. Little one has been home with us all day, every day, so my options are limited. But I'm about to go watch that. I'm about to go see Smokestack Annie and Cornbread and Delta Slim and Sammy. Why did he say that man's name like that? Remick? Oh my gosh. Like, going back, I'm not saying that he wasn't a villain, because he absolutely was a villain, but he was hilarious. My God. So I can't wait to go back, watch it, and, you know, look at some things that I may have missed. I do need to prepare myself though, because when I didn't vlog that, but when Noelle and I, which is my fiance, when we went to go see Sinners in the movie theater, we didn't realize that Smoke and Annie had lost a child, and so that made us very emotional. It made us connect to those characters a lot, but it definitely was emotional because, you know, we just lost the baby not too long ago, and I gotta prepare myself for that because it is emotional. And there's a part, and I'm gonna butcher, I don't know the lines verbatim, I've only seen it once, but when Smokes he was talking to Annie, he said basically like, it still hurts coming back here. I think he did say that, it still hurts coming back here, but I love you and I miss you. Like even though we did not like separate after this loss, there is, the best way I can describe losing a child, and I'm trying to, I don't know if I'm trying to find the right words to say, because I know we are living in an era where more people are vocal about being childless as they should. I don't think people should have children if they don't want them. Please do not have children and bring them into this world, and you're not going to love them, care for them, be kind to them. I think there are people who end up having children and they end up being resentful of becoming a parent, and they take that out on the child. Don't have children if you don't want them. And don't have them if you are afraid that because of the current landscape that we're in. I'm not going into detail, but if you're afraid of that, don't have children. There's never going to be a perfect situation, and that's something that I got pregnant during the pandemic, 2020. I had to go to all of my pregnancy, my appointments while I was pregnant with our son, wearing a mask, pregnant through the summer. So thank God I did not have to give birth in a mask like the OBGYN I had at the time. She did not make me give birth in a mask, but I didn't have a whole bunch of money when I was pregnant, and the timing could not have been more awful. But I love my son, and we made it work. And now we're in another situation where things have been shaken up again. So it's never a perfect time. And I think when I was born, was that 91? I believe my mom wrote in my baby book that George W. Bush Sr. was president. And people were kind of like up in arms about that. And she was telling me all the stuff that was going on during that time. And I'm not saying this to convince you to have children. I'm just saying, if you are not sure, if you can think of 10 reasons why you don't want to have children, don't have them. Do not have them. At the same time, I try not to soak it up too much just because I lost a child, and I didn't feel great about it. And again, this is not me saying that people who don't want to have children take delight with people losing kids. That's not what I'm saying at all. That is not what I'm saying. Do not put words in my mouth. But losing a child when you're in a relationship with somebody you love, it is very painful because you think about all the things that could have been. And both people are grieving. And I think sometimes in relationships or just in general, people think that, well, I don't want to say they think that, but the focus tends to be more on, for me, I'm grieving. I'm the mother. I had to carry the baby. I lost the baby. I lost the fallopian tube. I had internal bleeding. Everything happened physically to me, but emotionally, my fiance still lost a child. That was still going to be his child. So there's the grief of losing a child and the grief of knowing that if something would have went wrong, he couldn't have done anything to save me even. So watching me physically be in pain and not being able to stop it, not being able to save our child, emotionally, that is also taking a toll on him. So it does lose you. Wow. It does change you when you lose somebody, especially a child that, you created with the person that you love. And so there have been times where it's been like a little bit of distance, or we're kind of dancing around like, I'm grieving, you're grieving, we're both not in a good mood right now. How do we connect to each other? How do we look at each other and say, I still love you, but it hurts because of that loss? And so I got to prepare myself for that with Sinners, but it is still just an overall great movie. There's so many messages, and I think from the criticism that I've seen about it, some people were upset because they were like, oh, I thought it was going to be super scary. It's Southern Gothic horror, in my opinion, and it's not always just about the big bad monster. There are so many elements, and as we all know, that the monsters aren't always the ones that you need to really be afraid of. I'm saying they can do very monstrous and terrible things, yes, but you expect that of them. It's the people that you don't expect to sell you out, betray you, you know. And in this case with Sinners, it's the heavy racism element that is still impacting them, on top of this vampire coming in, you know, and offering them a twisted sense of freedom. So I like it. You know, I feel like it's one of those things, if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. You know, that's the beauty of art. It's not going to be for everybody. It's up to the viewer's interpretation. So kudos to Ryan Coogler, his wife Zinzi, their whole production team, their creative team. I mean, I think they did such an excellent job creating this body of work. I mean, it's original. You don't see too many stories where Black folks are in a vampire movie on this scale. And I talked about that on my Substack. You know, I was going down a list of vampire movies that I like, and I can name what Blackula, what's the other one? Vampire in Brooklyn. Like, I literally said this in my Substack. I was like, Eddie Murphy should have gotten his flowers for Vampire in Brooklyn, because how many times have you seen a suave black Dracula type figure besides Blackula, where Black people are at the center of the story in a vampiric tale? I'm not knocking all the movies that I love, no doubt. Like, okay, let's talk about it. How do I go from talking about daycares to Sinners? Anyway, my favorite vampire movies are, so The Lost Boys, Blackula, Sinners, oh my gosh, From Dusk Till Dawn. There is a John Carpenter movie. Ooh, is it vampires? I think it might just be called Vampires. I feel like my brain just went, Fright Night. Okay, and this one may be controversial, and I didn't put it on my Substack, but I like Abigail. It was so funny and unexpected. If you have not seen it, I think it might be on Amazon Prime, but my fiance and I sat down and watched Abigail one night, and we were sitting there like, bro, like, what is this that we're watching? Anyway, if you like vampire movies, like, what's your favorite movie? Let me know in the comments, because I can chat about horror movies, supernatural movies, southern gothic horror all day long. Like, that is my thing. And I do love a good rom-com. Don't get me wrong, I love rom-coms, I love romance, but I also like action. And on any given day, you can find me watching a horror, thriller, mystery. Like, that's my thing. That is my thing. And it's so weird, because I feel like I'm like, on several cases, in several instances, I'm more like feminine. And you know, people, they try to put you in a box and a label, but like, y'all, I love horror movies. That is up my alley. Like, I like scary movies more than my fiance does. He thinks it's weird. He's like, why would you want to watch this? Why do you want to watch these mafia movies where real people are blowing people up or putting hits out on them, and that stuff happens in real life? Like, I know the monsters are fake. People are not going around biting each other on the neck unless they have a problem. But you want to watch real life documentaries and true crime stuff. I don't want to see that. I want to see the fake stuff so I can detach from it, you know? Anyway, I've been sitting here chatting. What am I on? I also got an hour on this. I'm looking at in the corner, and it lets me know like how much time is left. So I still have about an hour. But I do want to make this vlog very fleshed out, especially since it's been so much happening in life, and I've already talked about it. I'm not going into detail about anything, because while I'm still like grieving about different things, I am not in a point where I want to bash anyone. I want to make other people feel bad for choices that other people made, or whatever the case may be. It is what it is. We're moving on in life, and you know, I'm in a position, like I said, I'm going back to work in the office, and I kind of missed it. Like, I wouldn't mind a hybrid situation. I don't think working home remotely all day Monday through Friday. I don't think that's for me because I get stir crazy. Like, I need to see people. And so I'm going back to the office, and we were talking about this, and I think eventually, this conversation is all over the place, but eventually we are going to leave Georgia. I just feel like it's time. I don't know. I think it's time for us to move, but we'll get to that when the time comes. But you heard it here first. I'm officially ready to move from Georgia, and I think I was scared to move out of the South because most of my family's in Florida. You know, I have family here, but I just think that it's time for me to like branch out. And I've always been afraid because I'm the youngest, and I'm like, oh, I got to stay close to my family. I have to be connected to family, and I have been for I'll be 34 in September. 34 years of my life. That's 3 decades. I think that it's time to switch things up and go elsewhere. Yeah. So anyway, that's my spill. Let's go eat, because I haven't eaten, and that's bad. I think it's like 10 o'clock. Yep, it's 10 o'clock. I need to eat. I need to get some other work done, and yeah. I also need to charge my phone because it died when I was at the grocery store. Anyway, I'll see y'all later. All right, I am back, and I came home to these lovely books that I ordered. So this one is definitely gonna help me and my fiance because we need to work through some grief here. And I was like, you know what? I've always been interested in this book, and I'll see it at the bookstore. I put it down. I never get in. I was like, you know what? With everything that I have gone through in the past few months, yes, I need this book, Black Girls Must Die Exhausted. And it covers everything because it's about a woman in her 30s, and don't mind my snacks back there, but it's about a woman in her 30s, and you know, she's lived her life by this checklist, and you know, life throws her a curveball, and it has something to do with her reproductive health. And I was like, oh man, that just feels so close to home. I mean, it's not going to be the exact same situation, I'm sure, but just yeah, I need this book. And then this one had been on my CBR list, which is to be read, and it touches on the part of giving your all to an industry or showing up in a company where you feel undervalued and discarded. And so this person, or the main character, the synopsis is that she ends up getting replaced completely by somebody else. And I said, now if that does not sound familiar, I don't know what does. So I bought all these books, very intentional about them, and I can't wait to dive in. Speaking of books, I need to chat because I decided to start a book club, and I need to talk about I need to sit down and film a portion of like my book club thing. And I don't know if I want to do a separate video. I might do a separate video. It depends, because I'm not going to say time is limited. I just have to see how this week goes. Yeah. But anyway, just wanted to show you my books. My collection is growing.
Doesn't exist. I want to stop at that.
Alright, so remember I told you I started a book club. So this is my first pick, my June pick, Kennedy Ryan's Can't Get Enough, which is the 3rd book in the Skyland series. So if you know, you know. But if you're not familiar with it, let me show you the other 2 books real quick. Okay, so the first book is Before I Let Go. The second one is This Could Be Us. And then we have Can't Get Enough. So it's really about 3 friends and their individual stories. So you have Yasmin, Sodad, and this is Hendrix's story. And this is the one that I have been reading. I'm actually on my 2nd read, and it's so good. So let's just think of her as the rich auntie who ends up meeting somebody. It's kind of like a forbidden thing, and some people have been arguing about whether or not she broke girl code. And I'm not going to go into detail just yet because the book club just started. I want to give people a chance to read the book. But yeah, there's a little scenario where it's like, okay, did she break girl code? And then the guy that's interested in her, he's like, you're a grown woman. What are you talking about, girl code? So it's like sticky, but both parties are very wealthy. Well, one party is more wealthy than the other, but that's a whole nother situation. And her, the guy that's interested in Hendrix is Maverick Bell. And I just imagine him as Glorilla has a song where she sampled Keisha Cole's Love. Is that the name of it? I can't remember if that's what it, I think it is called Love. But anyway, I'm not going to put the lyrics down here. Just go look it up. It's Glorilla Typa. Typa is the name of the song. Anyway, let me go because this is unintentional. I was supposed to, hold on. I'm trying to watch where I'm going. I'm walking down the stairs in these heels. But anyway, I was supposed to do like a bigger sit down chat about the book club situation, but clearly that did not happen. We're about to, oh, excuse me, head out. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we are out and about. Somebody going over these speed bumps, really ridiculous. Like, see how that car look? It's not supposed to look like that. Just slow down. Like, yes, gentle. These are these hard, like, Georgia, depending on where you live, but on my side of town, we have like a lot of speed bumps in the neighborhoods, which that's not anything I'm unfamiliar with, but they're not consistent. So in my mom's neighborhood, the speed bumps are smooth and they're soft. This neighborhood that we're driving through, or the street rather, it's not even a neighborhood, it's a street. The speed bumps are like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like Georgia, another thing that Georgia does that's so weird, besides the roundabout issue, is that they'll put down these metal plates. I haven't seen them as often, but say they dig up the road. Instead of them go ahead and like patching it or something, they'll put down metal plates, and the metal plates have these nails that stick out. They don't always like properly secure it, so they stick out. Look at this. Look at this. Hold on. Why is that in the middle?
Where else was he gonna park, Jasmine?
But why? But why?
Where else was he gonna park?
Why?
Like for real.
I don't know. But yeah, I didn't want to do a sit down conversation just because the book club just started. I'm still like trying to figure out what kind of questions I want to come up with or how I want to even approach it. You know, right now it's in if you want to join type of thing. Like there's no obligation. Obviously, I wouldn't do that. I'm just starting it because I wrote about books for literally a year and a half, and I was like, you know what? Why not just start my own thing? It's fun. Loves to read, and I can like approach it on my terms, which is probably the better thing to do with the way that things have been going in the media industry. And that's something that my fiance and I have been talking about, just in like the creative world. It's a lot of weird stuff going on right now, and I know everybody's, not to say that you should just flat out drop everything and become an entrepreneur. That's not what I'm saying. But I think that instead of waiting for people to get it or to see you or to have the money for you, you know, sometimes people don't have funds to pay creatives, even though they want their work and their intelligence, but they don't want to pay creatives. And that's just been an ongoing problem since before any of us were thought of. Like that's a whole nother conversation, but I want to do it on my terms, and I've been having fun like with my Substack. I do have a .com, I just don't feel like paying for it right now. And I mean, Substack to me feels like the same thing, so far I'm just not, you know, it doesn't have like JasmineJanae.com, which was my website. It's the JasmineJanaeEdit.substack.com. So it's not like a, oh my gosh, I know some people might feel it's not an official website, but it's a newsletter. It's the same thing. It's the same blogging thing. It's just in a different form for me. I've been blogging since 2014, 2015. It's the same thing. It's all the same thing in different formats and different platforms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Meghan Markle, there was an idea that Meghan Markle, because Pamela Anderson has her own like cooking talk show, right? And it's I Love You by Pamela Anderson. Well, Meghan Markle's TV show is with Love Meghan. And so they were saying that Meghan Markle stole like Pamela Anderson's whole... I'm not saying that I agree. I'm just telling you what was said in the community, okay? I know. You say absolutely not? It's no. Oh, well, yeah, that would be kind of dumb. Like, okay, so I told y'all Noel's Dominican, so he is absolutely not about to get a cookbook on berries. That would be insulting to him. Yeah. Okay, they have it. I think I want to get this book talk journal. This one is cute. My unwilling participant. It's a doodle diary that I'm going to pursuing better. I think that it would be really great for us to pursue better. Oh, this is a pretty book. So they have this self-care for Black men book. That could be an excellent start. Okay, this seems like I should get it. Yeah. Anyway, so I found the books that I want to get, which are it's a doodle book and this here. Oh, is it focusing? I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna get these. I think they'll be really good to get, and I don't need a new journal, but I might get some pens. Should I get some pens? Okay, we can go. We're in Best Buy, and we're not looking for anything in particular, just browsing, looking at some laptops. I mean, I have a laptop. I want a pink iMac desktop, and it's so...
Well, let's see if they got one.
It's vain because I have a green one. I don't need... My green one is fine. Like, I'll show you how it looks. Okay, so it's like, you can't tell, that looks silver, but it's like, that's like a seafoam kind of green. It's very light. My green is darker than that. Snap, crackle, pop. I really want a record player, y'all. I have been... Oh, they have Michael Jackson Thriller. Pink Barbie convertible. I used to have the Bratz version. I miss my Bratz car. I should have kept it for nostalgia. It looks very sturdy. It's very nice to look at. Look at us. We're definitely old because we're looking at stuff and this excites me. Ninja one that we have in the box, that's more like that one. This is 800. You absolutely could put it on Facebook Marketplace. I bet you somebody would get
it. Can pierce the veil between life and death, conjuring spirits from...
Well, hello. Happy Saturday. It's June 14th, and I just got finished taking some brand photos from a new website that's coming. I do have a Substack, but I decided because I wanted to have like a creative portfolio slash blog still. Like I'm still gonna have my Substack, but I think I'm gonna turn that more into like my personal diary, and then I'll probably talk about pop culture type of stuff. But I'm excited because I want to give people an example of my work, and I want them to go to an actual website instead of like a portfolio site, which is good, but I think people like the .com better. So I am working on that this weekend, and I'm excited because I took some really great brand photos. I just did it around the house, and you know, we'll see how it turns out because I have to transfer pictures from my camera to my laptop and then edit and then upload and all that stuff. And I took a bunch of them just so I could have like different angles and a whole bunch of options for my site. And then I am going to try and have 2 blog posts up and running whenever I decide to get all this stuff together and publish the website, because right now it's private. I'm excited. I'm gonna show you a sneak peek because I can't help it. So in the kitchen, per usual, I need to figure out what I want to eat. Honestly, I have the light on, but the lighting in here is so, ugh. Like, it's so bad that it looks orange. It's kind of like the lighting when we were in Barnes & Noble, and then when we went to Best Buy. Big difference. I have no idea why people choose that harsh, just like washed out orange looking light, but whatever. Angles. What is this? Sorry. Not me looking at a Chit on camera. I think I am going to boil some eggs because I have not done that in a very long time. So let me do that. You know, stuff. And I have some, okay, the yogurt that I bought. Let me see. Focus. No, don't want to focus. Let's see. Yeah, so this Chobani yogurt, I should eat this. I think I am. But let me put the eggs on because it really only takes about, what, 10 minutes to boil eggs. So that's enough time for me to get some stuff situated, I think. Yeah, I think so. So I'm gonna turn on the stove. I can't remember if I think I did mention in one of my other vlogs that vlogs that our back eye on this stove does not work. It's anyway. I think that this refrigerator, you know what, hold on. I feel like some new changes are coming and I have no idea what they are, but I am excited to go back out there and get my life together. I have basically like today and tomorrow, and then I head back to the office for a couple of days. I think I mentioned that I'm starting off working 4 days a week, just because the little one, he's still getting acclimated to daycare, and you know, it's like here, like hit and miss, I would say. But I think he's gonna be okay. I mean, he loves playing with the kids. I mean, the kids already, as soon as we walk in, they're like, Xavier, and they're ready to play with him, and you know, I think he's kind of like me, like I don't think he's a morning person per se, and so it takes him like a little bit to kind of warm up and wake up, and that's okay. Like I'm trying to explain to him that it's okay to not feel like super perky when you first wake up, but like don't be mean to people. Continuous lesson. I feel like being a parent is continuously repeating yourself, and it's teaching me patience because I do not like to repeat myself, and I think that stems from having to do it so much, especially working in retail or customer service, because if you want to know the state or the mentality of society, go work in customer service, because sometimes I'm concerned. I am concerned. And even like not working in customer service or retail, just being a customer myself and seeing how some people act in the stores, and then they get mad at like the associate or the cashier because they didn't read all the fine print of the coupon. They just saw a discount and then read, oh, it excludes blah 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 blah, and so now it's the cashier's fault. And it's like, you didn't read. You didn't read it. And maybe they did read it, but maybe they can't understand, because that's a whole nother conversation, which is why I could sit here and talk to you all day long about the stuff that's going on in this country, but I know that some people are for it. Some people are happy with how things are going and they don't care what's happening to other people. And I don't necessarily think that has anything to do with one political party versus the other. It's just that some people are selfish. As long as people don't have anything bad happening to them, then they could care less about other people. And that's just attitude that's been rampant across all cultures and races and gender identities. That is just a people problem. And a part of me, like, yes, I know that this is not the time to give up. It's still work to be done. And I think that we can do the work if we can get organized and whatnot, so we can kind of have some kind of harmony. But at the same time, I know that there are certain energies that have always been prevalent and always will. No matter how many good people exist in the world, there will always be some people, because of how they were raised. Maybe they did not get enough attention. Maybe they were abused. Maybe they were taught to have hatred in their hearts. Whatever the case may be, there will always be people who feel a certain kind of way about other people. Even if that person is not actually doing anything to them, it's just the thought. And the media does not help. And listen, after a year and a half of working in media, I can tell you that this shit is made up. Like, in the media will curate stuff to a T. And this is even as somebody who likes to create content. The media will show you 2 to 10% of the truth, and then the other part will be embellishment, fear-based action. Because if the media can get you to believe that one group of people is here to criminalize your community or terrorize you, then they already got you. And then it doesn't help that certain things in pop culture portray different religions or groups of people a certain way. It really doesn't help. But when you sit there, and this is why I particularly don't like watching the news all day long, because my grandmother, I come from a household where my grandmother would watch the news in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. And this was every day, every single day. She was glued to the news. And so when you have a whole bunch of people watching CNN, Fox, and whatever else, and ABC News, or going online and reading some of those same platforms, or even like The Atlantic, or whatever the case may be, when you have people who sit in that all day long, of course they're going to start believing, oh, well, the news said it, so it must be true. Bullshit. Excuse me for cursing, but bullshit. You know, some people may report on the truth, but media outlets will post whatever fear-based or fear-mongering piece of content, because they know that even if you don't agree with it, you're going to leave a comment on their website. If they have the comment section available, you're going to leave a comment to express your disdain. You're going to argue with other people online. Facebook is known for that. I mean, I come from an era where you didn't see that much arguing and a whole bunch of politics on Facebook. Now it's all up and down your timeline, or you're getting shown content from people you don't even know. Like, this is why, like, I have a Facebook, but I don't get on that because it's bullshit. It is bullshit, and it's on purpose. It's on purpose. But, you know, it is what it is. There are going to be some people who believe in the doom and gloom, and they let all that fear root down into their bellies, into their spirits and their souls. And before long, you know, it ain't that hard to become a conspiracy theorist or start believing cultish type of mentality, which is why it's like, I don't have the book with me, but it's upstairs. Amanda Montell wrote Cultish, and then I think her name, is it Jane Borden? She wrote another book about cults as well, that I just want to do like a side-by-side comparison of both of those books, because basically cults like behavior and mentality has always been rampant in this country. And as far as me like believing in God and organized religion, because I know some people feel like that is a cult. It can be. Listen, my grandfather, my late grandfather, was a minister, and then that's my dad's father, and then my mom's father was an elder, I believe, in the church. So both sides, Christianity, ever since I was born, way before I was born. And so I've seen it firsthand. Like, yeah, it definitely can be some cult-like mentality with that. Especially concerning how women are supposed to be treated. This is a whole nother conversation. I've seen it, but I choose to believe in God because I've just had way too many experiences. And I went through a period where I didn't believe in God at all. Like, I was saying some very hateful things to God, about God, and I was angry with my mom. I'm like, you can't force me to go to church. I'm not going to church. So I went through that part, I guess, of being atheist for a little bit, and then I just went through some others. Not just went through, but I went through other experiences that, for me, I got to know God myself outside of church. And so, I mean, if you want to call it the universe, life, like, I am not going to police you. I know some people are like, well, you can't be a wayward Christian. I am not forcing my beliefs on anybody. That's not going to get me into heaven. Now, I will show up as myself. You know, I will try to abide by the things that God says, and I try to lead with love. A lot of people don't do that. They'll lead with disgust first, anger first, and then they'll follow. Well, I'm saying this because I love you, and it's like, it's not coming across that way. It's not coming across that way. And anyway, I want to say a lot, but I don't like talking politics. Just know that these people, and not like a specific group of people, but these energies have always been here. And if we give up, if we crumble, if we fall, they're going to win. They already think they're winning. Clearly they're not, because I know there's absolutely no way. You could have all the money in the world. You could have all the power in the world, and you could still be sick and miserable on a soul level. You cannot fix that attitude if you're not doing that the work. And some of these people are not doing the work, and that's just on a day-to-day basis. You know, you have that one coworker who is full of it. Yeah, they're not doing the work, honey. And you're gonna run into these people at every single level. And if you let them win, then what's the point? What is the point of getting up every day and complaining? You know, it's like that saying, you can't beat them, join them. But if you just hold on and you keep fighting the good fight, as they say, because resistance comes in many forms. It's not always putting yourselves on the front line. Like, everybody's not a frontline person. Everybody's not meant to be on the front lines. I think everybody has a specific role that they can play in fighting against just different negativity that's going on in the world. Whether that's you donating to charity, whether that's you volunteering at the homeless shelter, just being a damn good person and not expecting life or God or whatever you believe in to give you anything in exchange. Just be a good person. You would think that it costs a lot of money, and it doesn't. It's free. It's free. I mean, it might cost you your pride and your ego. See? If you don't want to let go of pride and ego, then that is a you problem. Not the world, not the government. That's a you problem. I don't even know how I got on this conversation, but yeah, that is how I'm feeling about different things. And oh God, I want to talk about this so bad, but I know that I can't. I can't say what I want to say. I just had a thought, and my fiance actually reminded me of something. He was like, I know you're lying to me right now. It's some stuff you can't make up, but I will say that like, it's going to be what it is. And if you crumble now, not knowing what the rest of your life is going to look like, then the rest of life is going to be real, real hard for you. It is. And this is coming from somebody who just went through the worst few months ever. If you crumble now, if you stop living now, not knowing how many more summers are left in your life, the rest of your life is going to be very hard to get through. Because if you think that this is it, this is the end, I don't know. I don't know, maybe it is for some people. For you, I don't know. But if you don't feel like it's the end, then you gotta keep getting up and trying. And rest. Get off the internet. Get off the internet. Stop doom scrolling, okay? Let me check on my eggs. The eggs aren't even in the pot. I've been yapping and chatting, and I didn't put the eggs in it. Y'all, and my camera's about to die. I'll come back. I just opened a fortune cookie, and it says, inspire those around you. Huh, that's funny. I have no idea what happened yesterday, but it's Sunday, June 15th. It's Father's Day. Somebody is asleep on the couch over there, but that's all right. He deserves. We're just hanging out today, and we're downstairs. I just got a text message. I keep forgetting, like, my phone is connected to my laptop. Like, Apple, sometimes, like, I should disconnect it because it always throws me off when I get, like, a pinging sound on my laptop. Anyway, I am supposed to be showing you the brand pictures that I took, or basically, like, my website. But it's going to go live tomorrow, which is on Monday, and my goal is to have the vlog uploaded tomorrow as well, so it'll be, like, in tandem. And yeah, like, I hope you all have had a great week. I am about to start a new chapter tomorrow, and I had a moment last night where I was like, oh my gosh, none of this was in my plans. I had no idea I would be going back to my job, and just some other changes that have taken place. And so I did have a moment last night, but I'm doing okay today, and I'm ready to face. I'm ready to face whatever this week has for me. And yeah, let me show you these brand pictures so I can go ahead and close this vlog out. And I will see you in my next vlog after these brand pictures that I show you. Okay, so this is my Pinterest cover. It says it right there. And then I changed my YouTube banner just to kind of flow with this pink color. Like, I thought I was gonna do lavender, but then I changed it. I was like, nah, let me stick with pink. So that's what that looks like. And then I changed my book club logo again, but this time I'm gonna stick with this one. I wanted clubs to be a little snazzier, funner than just like Janae's book. I wanted to actually feel like, oh, we're going to like a club. Like, this is an actual sit down, get together, we're gonna have fun type of situation, right? Okay, so this is the home page, and then I have where creative copy meets digital marketing and public speaking. And you scroll down. And then my office there, and then that's a picture of my desk. And I have like a little blurb about me, some other stuff, and then that's me today because I took some more pictures just to give it, like, I didn't want all my pictures to be the exact same, if that makes sense. And yeah, that's the front page, and then I also put like some of my featured interviews here and where you may have seen me in my content, and then I linked my Instagram page right there. Okay, so that's the brand stuff that I have been working on all weekend. I can't wait to publish this website tomorrow, and then hopefully I can get this vlog posted tomorrow too. But I don't know if I have the right cord. Like, I ordered another one because I couldn't find the one that connects to the laptop. I still don't really know if the one that I have is a charging cord or the HDMI cord, which are two different things. So I'm gonna cross my fingers and hope that this vlog goes live tomorrow. If not, then I'm gonna have to get another cord, and then it'll be pushed back. The goal is to get the vlog published this week. It's going up this week. I just don't know which day. If it doesn't end up being tomorrow. So anyway, I hope you all had a great week. I hope you have an even better week next week. Summer starts next weekend, so I'm excited about that. Thank God. I am sick of the first half of 2025. I don't know what that was, but we are over it. We're done. We're trying to move on and move forward. And like I said yesterday, I know it's a lot going on. I know the news is not helping. I know the news and the media, they are very biased depending on what side of the equation you're on. And I don't want you to not be informed. Yes, get the information that you need, but do not doom scroll. This is not the time for you to be doom scrolling. You shouldn't be doom scrolling at all, because the effects of it on your mental health and your emotional health are detrimental. Don't sit in that all day long. And that sounds very privileged, because people are going through so much. And I remember my therapist at one point, because I told her I felt like I couldn't focus on being happy because other people are going through stuff, and she was like, you can't save the world. You cannot save the world. You are one person. And it's still hard for me to do that. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I've had moments where I've been excited about different things and I feel guilty for being excited because A, I just went through something. How dare I be happy? You know, as if everything's a-okay. And B, there are people going through it right now with all the stuff with the immigration thing, and just how that's affecting people in general, whether they're, you know, their loved ones are being deported or arrested, or whether they're just watching it on the news. How dare I have a smile on my face? And she told me that me feeling guilty for having happiness or experiencing joy is not going to serve anyone. It's really not. So I'm trying to work on not feeling guilty, and I'm telling you to not feel guilty if you do have things that are bringing you joy or people that are bringing you joy, because as crazy as things are, like I said, those energies that seek to steal, kill, destroy, whatever the case may be, they're always going to be there, and they are counting on you and so many other people to walk around as if life is over. If you give them the upper hand, they will take it. They'll try and take it regardless of if you're giving them the upper hand or not. So just try if you can. Even if you don't feel like you have access to peace or joy right now, that's okay. I'm not sitting up here telling you to embrace toxic positivity. Like, don't do that. Like, if you don't have it, you don't have it. But also take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Because if you are going to show up to the fight, however that looks like for you, you need your energy, you need your strength. Yeah. And you can't do that if you are sitting in depression and anxiety and whatever else feelings are coming up. You can't do that if you're sitting in there all day and letting that drain you. So do what you need to do to take care of yourself. I am not telling you to do anything that is harmful to your body. That's not what I'm telling you. But healthy things that make you feel good, healthy things that take care of you, whether that's resting, take a long shower, light candles, journal, call people that you know you feel like are supportive. Yeah, do what you need to do to take care of yourself. And I will see you in my real life. Anyway, y'all take care of yourself, okay? I mean it. I'll see you in my next vlog. Bye.